Hello my dear students, welcome to the GEM Academy. Now let us start Science MCQ series for the next chapter, that is sources of energy. So let us go directly to the question. So what is the first question? Which of the following is a non-renewable source of energy? You should know what is the meaning of renewable source of energy and non-renewable source of energy. As you people know, renewable sources of energy can be regained after the use, but non-renewable source of energy, once we use, they will not come back or they are exhausted. So we need to forget once we use that. So that is called as non-renewable source of energy. So the best example for non-renewable source of energy is fossil fuels, because once we use fossil fuels, example of the fossil fuels are petroleum products and coal. These all are the fossil fuels. So once we use those, we will not get back. So that is the meaning of non-renewable energy. So let us go to the next question, that is acid rain. What is the meaning of acid rain? So why acid rain causes? The question is why acid rain causes. So acid rain causes because of burning of fossil fuels. Please remember this. When we burn the fossil fuels, they release oxides of carbon dioxide, nitrogen and sulfur. So these oxides of carbon, nitrogen and sulfur mix with the water droplets and they will be poured in the form of raindrops. So those will cause very heavy damage to our monuments and also aquatic animals. So due to the burning of fossil fuels, the acid rain is causing. So this is very concerned problem in the today's world. So please remember the answer for this is option B. Let us go to the next question. That is third one. Fuel used in the thermal power plant is, as we people know, the fuel which is mostly used in the thermal power plant is fossil fuels, because water is completely different technology. We don't use water in the thermal power plant. What do you mean by thermal power plant? Thermal power plant is nothing but we are using heat energy to produce electrical energy. We are producing heat energy and from that I am producing electrical energy. So this is called as thermal power plant. So we use fossil fuels to heat the water, and once I convert that steam, and that steam starts rotating the turbine, and from that turbine I'll get the electrical energy. So this is the third question. So answer for this is the fossil fuels. Let us go to the next question. That is fourth question. In hydro power plants, please remember, in hydro power plant, what type of energy is converted to get the electricity? The question is. So the answer for this is option A. In hydropower plants, potential energy is possessed by stored water is converted into electricity. As you people know, the potential energy of the water which is stored in our roofs of our houses and all, we store water in the tanks, and that is nothing but that water is consisting now potential energy. Potential energy is nothing but the stored energy. Please remember, kinetic energy is nothing but the energy which is in motion. Potential energy is nothing but the energy which is stored, so which can do the work is called as potential energy. So due to that potential energy which is stored is converted into electricity is nothing but this technology we use in the hydro power plant. So the answer for the fourth question is option A. Now let us go to the next question, that is fifth one. Which is ultimate source of energy? Please remember, as we know, so sun is giving us energy from billions and billions of years. So millions of years we are getting energy from the sun. So it is still many upcoming millions of years sun is generating the energy. So sun is the ultimate source of energy. Once we get the technology of harnessing sun energy in the effective manner, remember the energy crisis in the world will be solved, because sun energy is ultimately the free of cost energy. Anyone can use, and it is very much abundant in the world. So the fifth answer is the sun. Sun is the ultimate source of energy. Now let us go to the next question, that is sixth one. What is this? So which one of the following form of energy leads to the least environmental pollution in the process of harnessing and utilization? We should find out which of the energy will pollute our environment least. So as we people know, solar energy is the least dangerous to our environment, because this solar energy, harnessing solar energy will not produce any harmful gases. As we know, geothermal energy also produces harmful gases like sulfur and nitrogen and phosphorus, but thermal energy will also produce nitrogen, carbon and all, but nuclear energy will also produce the harmful gases and harmful radiations. Not only gases, harmful radiations are also produced in the nuclear energy. So the leastest environmental consequences will be caused by the solar energy. So the answer for this is solar energy, which is very much eco-friendly, we can tell. So we need to depend more on solar energy so that to save our environment. So now let us go to the next question, that is 7th one. What is that? Ocean thermal energy is due to, how the ocean thermal energy is prepared or or generated. That is by the help of temperature difference in the levels of ocean. As we people know, the land and the levels of oceans will be heated differently, and due to that heat the pressure difference will be created. So because of temperature difference, please remember, because of temperature differences we get ocean thermal energy. Thermal means what? Temperature. It is related to temperature, right? There is no concept of pressure, there is no concept of any ocean or tides. So whenever you see thermal, we need to go to the temperature, right? So option B is the right answer. Now let us go to the 8th question. The major problem in harnessing the nuclear energy is, so we people know that, so there is a small mistake, it is we people know that. So to harness nuclear energy, the major problem in nuclear energy harnessing is the disposal spent by the nuclear power plants. See, whenever we use nuclear power plants, they generate some amount of waste, and that waste disposal is biggest challenge for the scientist, because that is very dangerous. Because nuclear power plants, if we take any risk, what happens? So that nuclear power plants may radiate very harmful radiations outside. So those harmful radiations may cause drastic problem to our environment as well as human health. So disposal of that waste created by the nuclear power plant is the biggest challenge. This is the major problem in the nuclear power plants. Okay, now let us go to the next question. That is 9th one. Which part of the solar cooker is responsible for the greenhouse effect? You people know that greenhouse effect is nothing but the trapping of heat inside the Earth's atmosphere. That is called as greenhouse effect. So greenhouse effect, eventually if greenhouse effect increases, then it also causes the global warming. So let us discuss that topic separately. But the greenhouse in the solar cooker, the effect of greenhouse is responsible by the help of the glass sheet. So glass sheet which we use in the solar cooker is responsible for the greenhouse effect. So this one you have to remember. Now let us go to the next question, that is 10th one. This is the last question. What is that? The main constituent of biogas is, this is very important question, please remember. So as biogas is completely made from the biological waste what we create in our day-to-day life. So that biogases, the main constituent or the major gas which is produced in the biogas is methane. So methane is a major gas which is produced in the biogas. So please remember this. So these 10 questions are very important. Wait for next chapter. So I'll be bringing lots of MCQ series which will give you confidence. Please share, subscribe, and also give your feedback in my channel. So thank you very much for watching this. Have a nice day.